What is up, my Cancers? Welcome to your session. Now, today we have the Five of Air, and I'm really happy that we got this card for you, Cancer, because a lot of people really misinterpret this card, and they see it as almost like a destructive or even a confrontational card, which it is, or which it can be. But let's jump right on in. So first of all, the Five of Air. This card can go in many different ways. I see this one as almost like our storybook card and starting at a fresh slate or a blank state, the beginning phases of the creative process. Now, the Five of Swords almost talks about, mental conflict and, mental challenges and almost like mental strife, almost like working with someone and not being able to, so having to detach and having to give up, and things like that. But the Five of Air, especially in these cards and your coaching deck, talks about, for one, the beginning stages of the creative process. So the confrontation is talking about having to start fresh or start new, especially with this almost like being like a white blank slate of paper. So starting to start fresh or start anew. The creative process is having nothing. So having nothing, having to battle these empty states or blank states to figure out what it is that you're actually going to bring forth into being. So that as a creator, the feeling of, the frustration of trying to come up with something from nothing. It's like having to, slay the first one. Okay, then you have a piece of your idea. After you slay the first challenger, first contender, with all of these swords. Again, this is about the mind. Swords is about the mental realm, the air realm, being in the air realm, especially with the white. All of these, dots that we have, these starry lights, is almost like this, almost like cottony friction. So it talks about energetic friction, or it's almost like when you're rubbing. Yeah, let's just say that it's just energetic friction, like cotton, or so that feeling of like energetic, just like, I guess, irritation. It can be anything in your story. There's also a light doorway behind this, entourage of 4 other people that this contender has behind her. And behind this doorway, it's almost like the opening. There's like a lot of light coming from behind this doorway, so it's almost like the opening of, or the birthing, if not the opening, the birthing. However you like to address it, of the idea or the solving of, if it is a problem. And I see just the problem being the first, the first words or the first pieces of creation coming into being. But if it is an actual contender in your story here, with our fierce Five of Air card, Five of Air character appearing, right after the contender, it is walking into the burst of light or into this light room. That is almost looking like it is waiting or appearing behind. Okay, so if this session resonated with you, don't forget to like the video. All of my services will be listed in the description below, and I will catch you next one. Peace.